What happens when everyone has access to AI to create content, run ads, and rank on Google? When everyone is using the same tools, how do you actually stand out? AI has made it possible for anyone to be a digital marketer, but coming is not just about who can use AI the best, but also being strategic. So in this video, I'm unpeeling all the changes that I see happening right now in digital marketing, from content, SEO, pay ads, analytics, and social, and a strategy that used to start in order to stay ahead. Let's start with content marketing, because content marketing is the core for every digital marketing channels. Perhaps the biggest shift that I've seen is more low-value content on the entire open web. And it's not just happening on search, it's also on social media like YouTube, TikTok. Nowadays, even an average person without any domain knowledge can create decent content using ChatGPT. So what happened is there's more what I call content trash on the internet. They all read similar, look similar, and it's just so obvious to spot them. They don't have original images, original insights, or viewpoints, and sound very generic. Like on YouTube, you probably notice there are more faceless channels because nowadays it's just so easy to create content using AI. Is very powerful. And even worse, nowadays I've seen people are just copying other original ideas, repurposing the whole piece of content using AI and claiming it as their own. So in short, content is created at a much faster speed. Just like AI tools, AI is enabling everything to be created much faster, but the quality is being questioned. A research from Marie Hayes even suspects that Google has been adopting AI to rate the helpfulness of content since the March helpful content update, versus involving real user input in the past, which I believe is the case because Google is really facing a hard time. There's so much stress on the internet right now. More than 25% of codes are now generated by AI at Google. This is the big shift that the internet is full of trash that Google is even now testing verified check marks in the search results. So what does it mean for a content strategy moving forward? We must avoid completely automated AI generated content. I'm not saying not to use AI in your content generations. I personally also love using AI, but we should be using it in a very strategic way and should avoid anything that is super low effort and without originality. In fact, there's an interesting study saying that people still favor human content if they were told about the source. So whenever you're drafting content, whether it's a social post, video script, blog article, add your own ideas, your brand voice. It can be your experience, your stand on certain topic, your brand values, your own story, your creative way of thinking, your original research findings. There are actually a lot of human touch you can add to the content, even your own face. And also focus on understanding your target audience instead of just asking AI to give you the pain points and give you the idea. Use it to analyze some real data like reviews, comments, your campaign data, your call transcript, discussion with customers to speed up your research process and find the real pain points quickly. And this is something I found most marketers overlook because they always focus on using AI to automate the content creations but not getting real insights. But AI is indeed powerful to analyze data. This will be super helpful to guide your content strategy instead of just asking it to give you the content. And so the messaging can always resonate with your target audience and to build trust. And this original, unique, and humanized content strategy should be applied across every digital channels. Just completely copying others' opinions will not get you far. Even it can help you to gain initial tractions. Eventually, you're losing your brand credibility in the long term. So in my opinion, even though AI is making the space much more crowded, competitive, I truly believe if you're willing to take some extra efforts, you can already be 90% ahead of the competition. Just remember, when something that is as easy as just a few clicks and everyone can do it, it shouldn't be your strategies because others can just replicate it. You should be very alert. The next, SEO. That's a wide adoption of AI search. Every tech giants are now thinking to compete in the space of AI search, and not just Perplexity that we all know, but also the recent launched Search GPT, which I personally think is one of the biggest change in the search history. ChatGPT has the most active users among all the AIs, with over 180 million active users. Imagine how this will change the search behavior of users gradually. And even Apple is integrating ChatGPT as part of the Apple Intelligence. And Meta, who is reported to build an AI search engine. And also one more thing is voice search. Since the rollout of ChatGPT advanced voice model, this is the first time I think voice search is gonna be real. AI voice technology is just insane. You know, just 5 months ago, I made a prediction that Bing and all these AI search engines are taking place, and Google dominance in search would be declining. And this is really happening now. Don't worry, Google will not die, but for sure users' behavior is changing. And this change won't happen overnight, but it's a gradual shift from the 10 blue links era to the AI-generated summary era. And even Google is now accelerating the launch of AI overviews to more countries, testing AI overviews on the people also ask sections, having lots of leadership changes. I don't think it happens by chance. It's because Google is also noticing the user behavior is changing. People are not clicking. A recent survey from Lily Ray reports that 50% of the participants are clicking less when they see AI overviews on the search result page. Every website owner will struggle to get traffic incoming. Zero click is real, so what we can do? First is to start optimizing for AI search and continue to rank well on traditional search engines. Yes, is to do both. I have been emphasizing that traditional SEO is not that. It's because AI models will still rely on the traditional search results to synthesize information. It's one of the important sources for LLM. And study also shows that 73% of AI overview sources match page ranking in the top 100 organic search results, meaning that traditional search ranking still matters. But when we optimize the content, focus on adding more semantic and NLP keywords to improve content relevance. You can use AI tools like NotebookLM or Perplexity to do this keyword research. I include the link below. And also try to satisfy the search intent quickly in your content and have sections that directly address the search queries. Second, it is to build a sound digital PR strategies to increase your content authority, to get links or mentions on authoritative sources for brand exposure, because LLM is collecting lots of signals to understand your brand. It's also why SEMrush is acquiring search engine land, which I believe it makes perfect sense as AI search engines will heavily favor content from established media outlets. They're essentially securing their future visibility by owning one of the most trusted voices in the SEO industry. So the easiest way you can do is to dominate at least one social media platform, and I highly recommend YouTube as it's the top 5 linked websites in the AI overviews. And not just Google AI overviews, it's often being cited on Perplexity as well. Another way is to use publishing platforms that connect media and subject matter experts, and I recommend using feature.com, quote.com, helpab2bwriter.com. Just explore the media requests and submit your expert answers. All of them are free to join with limited pitch requests. I would say they're much affordable options to start with compared with those traditional link building tools. Or even get your brand featured on others' podcasts. Podcasts will continue to be a big piece in digital PR, but I always recommend crafting your content strategy first before investing in podcasts. And bonus, if you're just starting your website, highly recommend you use a build from bottom strategy, prioritizing bottom funnel content for organic search and top of funnel content for AI search. As right now, most of the queries that AI engines serve are still informational, and users still prefer to go to a website for commercial type of content. We have talked a lot about SEO. How about paid marketing? Like organic, AI will make ad targeting more automated. In fact, for paid social, Meta is pushing Advantage Plus that you can automate the process. Google also has PMax and is continuing adding more features to automate the whole bidding process. It's nothing new, but we can expect ad operations will be more automated as AI models are getting smarter. AI will leverage lots of signals to help you to find the right audience instead of you setting the targeting. That means moving forward, it shifts from manual targeting to creative differentiation. So first, focus on your creative strategies and not just tactics. Let AI handle the targeted optimization and the technical step optimization, and invest your time in developing distinctive creative directions. Having human involvement in the ad still performs better than purely AI. And second is to build a systematic testing framework and structure your creative testing in 3 aspects. First is the core messaging testing. It can be emotional, logical, problem solution, aspirational. And second, that is visual and message elements. And some I recommend testing like human presence, product demos, UGC style, statistic, social proof, limited offers, comparison. These are all good elements that drive clicks. And finally, format strategies like short form videos, carousel style, single images. These are usually high converting ad format you should test. And then you will track the performance beyond just clicks and conversions, but also other brand influence indicators like social shares, comments, followers, engagements. And this leads into the next about digital analytics. That is data privacy and protection. It will continue to be a big piece in digital marketing and especially for paid marketing. Even though Google has now pulled back the plan to remove browser cookies, it will not change much to the overall directions. With user increasing concerns, privacy regulations, cookie-based tracking now cover less than 30% of the web traffic, and attribution will be so much harder to track. So what does it mean to digital marketer? First, we cannot rely on cookies anymore. First-party data collection should be part of your priority strategy moving forward. Increase your digital touchpoints to collect data directly from a target audience. Assuming you already have some basic digital analytics tracking, some easy ways you can start working with your analytics team or on your own is to add a newsletter sign-up form that collects the name and email, an inquiry form owned by you to capture the interested surface, building lead magnets to collect data about their interests, or even you can do some feedback survey on the page or after purchase using tools like Hotjar, and then use whatever analytic tools like J4. Segment your audience based on the actions that they have taken, not necessarily a conversions. It can also be just a browsing pattern or small actions taken along the customer journey, like making an on-site search or even page scrolling. You can track all these on J4. And I always suggest starting with some basic information and gradually collecting more detailed information like the topic preference, interest, browsing behavior, and if you haven't started yet, make sure you include that in your strategy planning. And second, don't just rely on traffic or some traditional success metrics to determine the success, but a full funnel impact before and after rather than just an individual tracking, as traffic alone nowadays can't reflect the truth of growth anymore. That means starting from top of funnel, brand mentions or search, social followers growth, to newsletter sign up, content download, to conversions, revenue, and this way you're considering multiple performance indicators than only one single direct attributions from one channel. It will be quite a big change from what we were doing in the past, but this is the directions we're heading. Next, let's talk about social media. Moving forward, we'll see more emerging social media platforms like Threads and more niche communities like On School, Circle will come in. Users are now moving away from traditional social platforms like Facebook, X because they want more targeted content instead of just ads or other noise. 3 out of every 4 users think that there are too many ads right now on social media, and therefore social media will become more and more community driven instead of brand driven. That means as digital marketers, we should start looking beyond just doing paid ads on traditional social media platforms, perhaps collaborating with community influencers and thought leaders from those niche communities. Example from Circle, how they're partnering with different influencers, YouTubers to promote the brand on the LinkedIn, and how these content creation brands later partner with influencers to promote the solution on Instagram. Because oftentimes through these influencers, you can be able to reach a very targeted audience. So if you're an in-house digital marketer, it doesn't mean you need to build an extra community, but how you put more focus to leverage influencer marketing into your social strategy and use the angle to promote your brand, because social media platforms will be more decentralized while we are in this attention economy reality. My tip is be more selective. You don't want to be partnered with every influencer on social media, but focus on a few that your brand can build a long-term relationship with. Another side note is about short videos. I know this is too obvious that short videos will keep being pushed by all the social media platforms, but my suggestion is being smart using shorts or views, and always link back to long videos for better storytelling and branding. I know short form videos is a good way to get visibility fast, but honestly speaking, I don't believe you can create a deep connection, trust, and real influence with your audience just using shorts or views. because everyone is doing it doesn't mean it's always good. So think about your goal and be really strategic about it. All right, a final thought from me to recap all this is that next year we're gonna see more big changes because of AI. I am sure AI will make everything faster and more automated in the digital space, everything we've talked about. But the real competitive advantage isn't just about using AI, it's about building a trustable brand that truly influences. And this should be the priority for all of us as marketers. If you're interested in using about AI for marketing, watch my whole playlist of videos together with some of the videos that I mentioned. I'll see you next time.